Ashton Clemens says that North Carolina used to have a great reputation for education back when Democrats were running state government, but not anymore. Why do you think there is such a strong disconnect between Democrats and Republicans when it comes to funding of education? The Republicans are convinced they're doing a great job of funding it, and the Democrats are really up in arms saying, hey, you're not even close.
Yes, and it is somewhere where there's a major disconnect. I believe, I've spent my life in our public schools, and we are still not up to the per pupil spending that we had in our state before the recession in 2008.
Clemens says despite teacher pay raises in recent years, Republican leaders have failed to spend the money needed to keep the state competitive.
We are still 15 states below the national average, and so what we should be expecting from our legislature is here are our immediate steps and here is our plan to get up to the national average in 5 years.
Clemens' opponent, Troy Lawson, submitted a question for her to answer. How would you be an effective lawmaker if you were to win, but your party doesn't take control of the House?
Well, I think I've spent my life doing hard things, and I was principal of the lowest performing school in our state when I went there, and we turned it around. So I think it would be hard, just like anything. I think my opponent thinks it's a given Republicans will stay in power. I don't think that's a given. Either way, though, the work is to build relationships with leaders across our community and across our state.
The Greensboro Democrat is critical of Republican efforts to protect the environment, especially how it handled Duke Energy and the coal ash cleanup. What would you have done any differently than what the legislature has done in getting Duke to take some steps, at least with the coal ash and disposing of it?
Yes, so I believe that, and we're seeing right now, because we're having, right now, there's a new coal ash spill at our coast. So we're seeing the cost of this immediately. Fundamentally, clean air and clean water is a right that we should all have. I believe that. And so, to me, we should be holding Duke Power more accountable for cleanup.
More than what they've already been held?
Yes, I believe that we should.
Clemens says she's also critical of President Trump, especially how he treats people.
I do not believe Donald Trump represents what I believe is the best part of who our country is. I believe our country should be a place where everyone is respected, where people can disagree but do so without name calling. We can disagree on ideas and topics but still value that the people in the disagreement are good people trying to do what's right for our country and for our state. His tactics do not do that. They belittle people, they demean people, and I don't believe it's who we are as a country, and I don't believe it's who we should be as North Carolinians.
We ask all of the candidates to share something voters likely don't know about them. Ashton Clemens says she's a world traveler who had an unusual experience while in Africa.
When I was in Tanzania, I was chased by an elephant, which truly happened.
Clemens says besides running from elephants and running for the State House, she's also working on her doctorate in education at UNCG. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.